Everybody, welcome back to F1 Manager 24, and we are with Brawn going into Season 2, and if you didn't catch the last episode, go and watch it. We did the end of Season 1 in terms of like the breakdown of how everything went, and then the start of Season 2 up to the first race, Australia. Very, very excited about this one. Daniel Ricciardo is our lead driver, Ollie Bearman is number 2, and we've given ourselves a new livery and new suits for this year as well. So if we go and have a look at our team branding, you can see here we're going for a more aggressive black approach this one. Most of our suit is black. We still keep the Brawn highlights in it as well, but yeah, I just quite like how it looks. If we hide the UI here, you can see like new livery, excellent stuff like that, looking really, really good. I do like the look of it, to be honest. I'm trying to think, how can we get a nice picture maybe for the thumbnail? Maybe we'll leave it for the race, but yeah, I like it. It's a little bit more, well, a lot of it is just carbon fiber, so in theory should save weight on the car, but we shall see. But that's what we're rocking with this year, so very excited about that one. We've got a bit of news apparently. We've got welcome to the 2025 season. Yeah, we've done all that good stuff. Okay, let's go into it. Daniel Ricciardo, he is in the 9th fastest car apparently on the grid, so we'll go 11th. And Ollie Bearman can have 13th. We'll go for both of them, just pretty simple. I'll do practice. We'll be back for qualifying. Here we go then into qualifying. Practice, pretty decent. 98% for both drivers. Very happy with that. The car's looking good. Daniel Ricciardo has got a new suspension, whereas Ollie Bearman doesn't. He's got the original suspension. So we're going to get into Q1. I am sort of expecting both drivers to get into Q3. At least, according to the database thing that we have in the background, the McLaren is now the fastest car on the grid. So keep an eye out for how speedy they are looking as Carlos Sainz goes out first in his Williams. We have some new liveries for other drivers as well and other people on track. Let's send out Daniel Ricciardo there. Look at that. I do like that livery. I do like it in all black. Risk of overheating in the sun, obviously, but I think it looks pretty cool. We'll have to wait and see. Let's send out Ollie Bearman after Daniel Ricciardo as well. But whilst he's out and about, let's have a look. We've got the Ferrari still in the garage. Piastri and Norris. Red Bull still in the garage. Russell and Pourchaire still in the garage. Hauger and Gasly are still in there. Albon is out. We haven't changed the Williams livery for this season. Ocon and Iwasa are there as well. I'm trying to think what other liveries we've changed. I think it's Mercedes, McLaren and Alpine, I think, and ours, obviously. Our livery has changed, but that's what I think is happening at the moment. Let's focus on Daniel Ricciardo at the moment, and we'll see there's a lot more people out on track. So when we see, there goes Théo Pourchaire. Let's have a look, see if his new livery has loaded in. I think it has loaded in. Is that the new one? It should have Ineos in big letters down the side. It should be there. It's their 2024 livery that I've tried to put in the game. So hopefully that has worked. Yes, it is. That is the new livery. It looks pretty cool, to be honest. Piastri and Norris still not coming out. Hauger and Gasly not out yet either. Although there goes Pierre Gasly right on cue, rocking the Alpine livery. I do like that one as well. So yeah, new liveries coming to the save as well, just to make it a little bit more realistic, as Ricciardo goes top of the time charts ahead of Alonso, Tsunoda, Sainz, Ocon, Lawson and Albon in the Williams. Lovely stuff. And Ollie Bearman goes into 2nd place. I'm expecting the McLarens to go quicker than us, to be honest, but we shall see what they can do. There is Oscar Piastri. He should be rocking a new livery as well on the car. So yes, he is. Lovely stuff. It is the one they wore, or one they used in the Singapore 2024 Grand Prix. I absolutely loved it, so I found it and installed it into the game using the mod. Excellent stuff. I am expecting Piastri to blitz Daniel Ricciardo's time, to be honest, but the fact that Daniel Ricciardo is up there, Hamilton's up there in 2nd as well, as Piastri is just doing his fast lap and goes 3rd fastest. Okay. All right, we're setting competitive times here. Let's send both drivers out again just to see what we can do. So Daniel Ricciardo in front of Gasly, Ollie Bearman behind Alonso. And obviously it will be at the end of this season, going into the start of next season, will be the big regulation changes where there'll be a huge switch up of team performance and things like that. So that's what we want. But both drivers safely through to Q1. Will be into Q2. So Q2 underway. We're putting both drivers on used tyres. So we're going to send them out early doors just to set a banker lap. And then we'll get some fresh tyres on and see what they can do with a bit more grip going down onto the circuit. And yeah, putting those fresh tyres on just to give us a look. So Ricciardo does a 1:15.9 on his used set of softs. And Ollie Behrman goes slightly quicker, the 1:15.3. But yeah, we'll be tumbling down the order now because we need to put on a fresh set of softs. And then try and find the right time to go out, which could be now, to be honest. There should be a bit of an emptiness there. Ricciardo actually gets out in a bit of a mini pack, which is probably going to all be held up by Guan Yu Zhou in that kick Sauber. Wow, you can see the pace of the Ferrari. It was actually catching us up on track. As Daniel Ricciardo is down in 10th. Wow, he's going to have to go out again. He's at risk because poor chair's down there as well. Behrman should be okay. But look at that. Max Verstappen is over a second off Oscar Piastri. That McLaren is going to be a rocket ship. Why? Oh, Daniel, I was like, why is Daniel Ricciardo stopping on track? But he's not. He was just letting other people go past him. So we need a quick turnaround here for Daniel Ricciardo. I'm going to suggest he must have hit some traffic. So let's just put him out there and hope that he can find a bit of a gap. Because Daniel Ricciardo, as it stands, is going out of qualifying. But he's got a good bit of air here. He's going to cash Piastri in a good position. And Daniel Ricciardo goes to 7th. He pushes his teammate onto the bubble. And still Théo Pourchaire. But is everyone in lap? We've got Leclerc on a flying lap. Norris on a flying lap. Who is probably going to knock Ollie Behrman out here. If not, Leclerc probably will. But Norris is down the other end. Who have we still got? Zhou is going to cross the line. He doesn't improve. Iwasa is now going to cross the line. Let's jump on board as they cross the line. And I don't think he's going to improve. He does improve. He knocks Ollie Behrman out. That Haas is looking mighty quick to get it up to 7th. So we are still at risk here because if Leclerc and Norris... If Pourchaire's on an in-lap, so that's fine. But if Leclerc improves and Norris improves, Daniel Ricciardo will be down to 10th, which is a bit of a concern. Is Norris getting stuck behind someone? No, he's actually getting a toe off his teammate, I think, because Piastri is on a flying lap as well. But Charles Leclerc will just see him cross the line and see how he gets on. Oh, Ferrari have got a new livery. I forgot about that one as well. Ferrari have got a new livery as well, as Charles Leclerc is going to cross the line in Q2 and he is going to jump to 3rd. Norris crosses the line and goes to 7th, and Piastri is going to sit on 1st place. As you can see, 0.3 tenths per second quicker than the Red Bull. Wow, that McLaren is an absolute rocket ship in this second season. That is going to be ridiculous. Ollie Behrman eliminated starting in 13th at the Australian Grand Prix. But Daniel Ricciardo sneaks into Q3 in 10th. We're going to just start him on a soft set of tyres, see how he gets on. And we're just going to have to time this as best as we possibly can to get Daniel Ricciardo his ultimate lap, basically. Try and get him on his ultimate lap as Lando Norris goes out, Alonso goes out. We're going to go out behind Max Verstappen and just in front of Charles Leclerc in that Ferrari. Should give us a very clean run for Daniel Ricciardo as he completes his lap of his home Grand Prix and sticks it 6th. So it's not dreadful. It's not dreadful. We're not going to do another lap with Daniel Ricciardo, so we may fall down the order here, but I want a fresh pair of softs for the race. As at the moment, we're 4 tenths off the quick... Oh, no, we're not. Yeah, off the leader. Yeah, we're only 4 tenths off Piastri. As Hamilton goes quicker. Iwasa, I know. So we're going to be starting 8th. Not bad. I don't think that's too bad at all. Okay, so into the Grand Prix we go. Now, Ron Meadows did say that a 2-stop would be quicker, and he seems to be correct. It's saying soft, hard, medium at the moment is probably our best bet. If we push the hards, can we go on the mediums maybe a little bit earlier and still make it? Yes, but it doesn't really matter. It could give us a good undercut, though. I think we can probably extend... Yeah, look, we get 1 second of time there. So let's go for something like that for Daniel Ricciardo on those softs. And I think Ollie Behrman, let's potentially keep him out a little bit earlier. So we're going to go... see, he could do soft, medium. We could really try and make this work and go soft, soft, medium. Yeah, well, the tyres are going to get really hot. We did get warned about that. That the tyres are going to heat up. So maybe a hard stint is better. We're going to try Ollie on that. We're going to try Ollie Bearman on that and risk it a little bit. So that's what we're going to go with. We are going to underfuel the car again, like we always used to. So 4 laps for Daniel Ricciardo and 3 laps for Ollie Bearman underfueling. And there we go. Let's get into the race. That was easy enough, wasn't it? It's so much easier when there's no sprint races to deal with. Not that there is one in Australia anyway. But yeah, let's crack in to the Grand Prix then. I mean, look at that. McLaren, Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari. Got an Aston Martin up there as well, somehow. But there is Daniel Ricciardo in the more black livery for the Brawn team, as he is sitting in 8th, just settling in behind a few other drivers at the moment. Doing a good job. Let's go into helicopter cam and see the action unfold if we can. Iwasa has jumped him on the line. In terms of strategies, we've got medium, hard, soft, soft, medium, soft, 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 medium, and then a bucket load of softs towards the back as Daniel Ricciardo takes that place back ahead of Iwasa, and the Australian crowd cheer for their hero. Oh, and I forgot to put Ollie Bearman on deploy, so that's going to massively affect him, which is probably why he's dropped down to 17th. Yes, he lost 4 positions. Wow. Did he get pushed wide, or did he just... Oh, yeah, he got pushed wide onto the grass. Oh, quite a few of them did. I'm going to suggest that's Théo Pourchaire at the back. Really had a poor start. It's George Russell. Wow, that's really surprising. But, yeah, okay, we've got some more upgrades to do to the car then to make this a fast car, because we're in a good position at the moment, but there's a lot more we can get out of this car. As you can see, we've also gained Pepsi as a sponsor, as you can see in the front of our car. But Daniel Ricciardo trying to have a go at Iwasa on lap 1, who is being dropped by Charles Leclerc in front. So the sooner we can get this move done, the better for us, to be honest. Right, Daniel, get into your high aggressive mode, mate. We know that you like to be aggressive, so get into that high aggressive mode and see what you can do. Ollie Bearman struggling down in 17th. No excuses for him, really. He's not a rookie anymore. He's not a rookie anymore. He should be making moves, and we've got him a good car. So this really is a make or break season for both drivers. If they're not very good, there's a risk they could be binned off. As Daniel Ricciardo, just as I say that, is going to get the move done on Iwasa and get that one done. So we'll drop him into standard. We'll put him into conserve early on, actually. So Ollie Bearman needs to run in light mode. We'll conserve him as well. Let's have a quick check-in with Ollie Bearman, as he is chasing down an Alpine of Hauger with signs in front. So we could ask Ollie Bearman to be a bit more aggressive, but I think we let Ollie Bearman stick out there and do what he wants. In fact, Daniel Ricciardo is going to have to get... He's going to have to keep getting a move on Daniel Ricciardo, because he's 2 seconds off that Ferrari now, which is just unacceptable, to be honest. So he can't afford to lift off. He needs to get back into DRS and then lift off. So we got Daniel Ricciardo back up to Charles Leclerc by pushing a lot, and he's just overtaken him as well up the inside, and is now still keeping pace with this pack in front, which is being led by Piastri and Norris, but they're not pulling away. And yeah, he's doing a really good job of stuff here, Daniel Ricciardo. Lovely. Only 3 laps down, but he's back up to 7th and overtaken up. Ollie Bearman's lost 2 positions again. Ollie Bearman, what are you doing, mate? You are really struggling. Does he just gets squeezed from both sides and nowhere to go? Really struggling, Ollie Bearman, in this first race. Ollie Bearman is reporting underfloor damage as he loses another 2 positions. He gets forced wide, but he's really struggling with not being able to push those tyres. Just again onto the grass, it's the same. It's the same thing that happened to him at the start of the race. He is really struggling, so let's allow him to push his tyres a little bit more, but it's not a good race for Ollie Bearman. He has got underfloor damage. He's going to have to deal with that. But yeah, our focus is Daniel Ricciardo. It's very similar to first season, isn't it? So it's a lot of drivers having a problem here. Max Verstappen's messed up on the same corner, which has allowed all this group to pass him, and he held up the Ferrari, which is allowing us to get away. Lovely stuff. Thanks, Max. So 10 laps in, and Ricciardo is still keeping pace with this lead pack and is having a good old battle with Fernando Alonso. We may have to ask him to manage his tyres a little bit, because I think he is struggling at the moment. I imagine they're pushing, 53 compared to 60s. He's up there with Lewis Hamilton, to be honest. I think we're going to have to... I just know that not pushing hard, Ollie Behrman shows, right? You can really cost you. And he is losing pace. He is losing pace, which is a shame. We may have to come onto those hard tyres a little bit earlier. Oh, there's a big issue here up front. There's so many battles happening at the front of this race that it's allowing this whole pack to keep up. As you can see, the Ferrari going through there on Perez. That's going to allow Norris to potentially pull away, but then everyone gets DRS and comes through. Yeah, it's an absolute shit show up there for racer battling and things like that, which I'm sort of then thinking might allow us to ease off the tyres or try and pit. It's about 20 seconds, I think, 21 seconds. So, what? We're a second off the lead. So 22 seconds. It would bring us out in free air at the back if we went onto the hard tyres soon and just ran them like normal. I would suggest we could do that and go for a big... how has Piastri lost that many positions? Wow. Okay. We could go onto the hard tyres a lot earlier, and it will allow us to undercut all of this group, get some fresh air, and potentially work well. But I just think undercutting by like 3 or 4 laps is too much, as Ollie Behrman is really struggling in this race. He's second last. He's basically where we would come out if we pit with Ricciardo now. How embarrassing for Ollie Behrman is that? That is really bad for Ollie Behrman, to be honest. He's probably done enough of that we don't have to stop saving his fuel. But yeah, we are saving tyres sitting behind this lot. The DRS train is pulling us through, and Leclerc has caught us up but isn't going for any moves. He might do in this first corner. But Daniel Ricciardo's having a good old time of it. He really is having a good old time of it. Okay, so I think Daniel Ricciardo has gone past the pits. We are going to call him early. We're going to get onto those hard tyres and go for an undercut and allow him to just come in. So we're going to ask him to just wear these tyres down as much as possible on this lap. And then he's going to come in onto that hard tyre, do a bit of an undercut. It's a bit of a change of the strategy. We're going to see how it goes. He is doing really well to keep up with this lot who are just battling so much up front. It's absolutely ridiculous. If we go on board with like Lewis Hamilton, look at this battling that's happening. It's just bonkers. I think because Norris is on hards, he's sort of holding everybody up. And it's causing for like a really entertaining race, because you can see Daniel Ricciardo's doing a great job of holding on. In fact, he really doesn't need to push his engine on this. He's doing totally fine. I mean, Ollie Behrman's having a bit of a shocker at the back, but yeah, okay. We'll worry about Ollie Behrman later on in the season when he gets all the upgrades on his car as well. Because with this shorter season, we are going to have to do a lot more upgrades, I think, to have that impact and get to the front of the engineering technological advantage, as well, as we are so close to this group. And it is slowing us down being behind this group. You can see their battling up front is slowing us down. So we are going to come into the pits now with Daniel Ricciardo. So we'll get in. We're going to go for a big undercut. Right, how's all that gym training paid off for the pit crew? Ron Meadows, this is where we need to... Sonoda comes into pit ahead of us as well, as the hard tyres go on. It wasn't the greatest stop. 3.1 is pretty rubbish, to be honest, but it's done. We're in. That's about, what, a delay of probably around about a second with that pit stop issue, and we're going to come out, oh my god, right in this crowd, right next to our teammate. I was hoping we'd have a bit more fresh air, but we haven't. But we do now need to knock those down into standard so that we can make that strategy work. So Daniel Ricciardo is at the back, does have a bit of clean air. We'll see how he gets on. Is it going to work? We were battling with basically the top 8, right? It was Verstappen, Leclerc, Piastri, Hamilton, Alonso, Perez, Norris. We're all battling. And now we've got Daniel Ricciardo with this big group in front. He's got a lot of work to do, a lot of people to pass, although they should all be pitting pretty soon as well. Okay, so a number of people pit, which means Ricciardo is going to easily jump some of these positions. He's now behind his teammate and Gasly, as hopefully he can get these moves done relatively quickly. We don't want to get held up behind the slot that much, to be honest. So come on, Daniel, make it work. I don't want to ask Behrman to get out of the way, but I will. What we can ask, though, is say rarely defend at the moment, because Ollie Behrman can just sort of let Daniel Ricciardo ease past. A bit like that. He's not defending very hard, so that is totally fine. And now Daniel Ricciardo in this free air, saying he got pushed wide by someone. I don't think you did, Daniel. That's not the truth, is it? As these two are now battling up front as well. So let's just sit in behind them and keep our battery a little bit. But this is the traffic we need to pass, and the sooner we can do it, as you can see, the front runners are now pitting. Oh, come on. Deploy the little bit of battery you've got, Daniel. Nice. Nicely done. Battery's empty, but Verstappen, Alonso, Hamilton all in the pits. Alonso's being held. Is Daniel Ricciardo going to get past? I'm not sure he is, you know. I'm not sure he is. Lewis Hamilton just exiting the pit lane now. Daniel Ricciardo, sort of out where we were, I guess. Just behind Alonso, so the undercut didn't really work. But now we need to get Daniel topping up his battery and working on that. Yeah, it's not been brilliant for Daniel Ricciardo. The undercut didn't work quite as I would have liked. And he's actually can't really afford to ease off the ERS either, because he's back in DRS now, which is good. But we're still with this pack. We're still with the lead pack, which is the main thing, I guess. So some more of the front runners coming in. Leclerc is now pitting as well. We have lost time. Lewis Hamilton has absolutely flown away in that Ferrari. But Charles Leclerc is going to be coming out of the pits very, very close to us. So there is a bit of a mix of strategies going on at the moment. And that is Charles Leclerc up there. So Alonso's got past us using DRS. We're going to try and swing it around the outside. But Daniel Ricciardo is being pretty aggressive in this race. And he's lost a position, but Leclerc hasn't managed to get away. So we are going to be in DRS of Charles Leclerc. People still to pit then. Albon, Perez, Norris, Piastri. I think that's it. I think it's just those front runners, to be honest, who still need to pit. But yeah, I mean, Daniel Ricciardo's having a good race. We're certainly in a potential high points paying position, I think. It's quite hard to understand who is doing what in this race. But we shall see. Ollie Behrman really struggling at the bottom with that underfloor damage, but we want to get him experience in the car, so we'll keep him out there. So Daniel Ricciardo does overtake Charles Leclerc, flying out the inside. Charles Leclerc actually pitted for medium tyres, which is interesting, but you can see a bit of a queue forming behind us. So Lando Norris has now pitted from second place. It's a good stop. It looked like a very good stop for him. Verstappen jumps in, Hamilton jumps in. I don't think we're quite going to be in a position to jump him, and Charles Leclerc is leaving us for dead at the moment, as that is Lando Norris. So we are sort of coming out in a similar vein to where we were, so the undercut hasn't worked as much as I would have liked, and it feels like we're actually losing pace when we push the tyres because they're overheating. So we shall see. Yuki Tsunoda behind us. What's his tyre wear? He's on 79%, so he pitted the same time as us, right? But yeah, people going on to mediums. Piastri's still to pit. I wonder if Piastri's going for a one-stopper, which would be quite a strategy for him to achieve, to be honest, and his home Grand Prix as well. So Piastri pits. Piastri pits onto hards. I think that is a one-stop from Oscar Piastri, but it's going to cost him quite a lot of places. He's tumbling down the order. It's just, can he get those hard tyres all the way to the end? So Verstappen does take the net lead of this race. Everybody has pitted, but there is different strategies at play here, and that is very, very interesting, to be honest. We have got a lot of these hard tyres are working very, very well, to be honest. They are keeping their life quite a lot, and that surprises me. But yeah, Norris and Leclerc battling in front of us. We've got Daniel Ricciardo's battery back into a position where it's good and healthy, and he's staying within DRS of this pack. But Verstappen and Hamilton well out in front, Perez behind them, Leclerc behind them, Norris, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Norris and Ricciardo all behind with Tsunoda hanging on and Alonso. Piastri 4 seconds off the pace at the moment, but is on fresh tyres and in a bit of a rocket ship. As we get a move done there on Lando Norris, pushing us wide a little bit, but it looks like we're going to squeeze through and get that one done. And we're going to have the inside here as well. So if Lando can be nice and give up that position, that would be wonderful, because we're going to get DRS, but Lando squeezes through and has the DRS as well. But we'll both reel in Charles Leclerc. But as it stands like this, we're doing all right. So in this four-way battle that we've got here now, Piastri has overtaken everybody. He's come through and leads this pack, but we are behind Alonso ahead of Leclerc and Tsunoda. So we should be scoring top 8, top 9, definitely, with Daniel Ricciardo, as other drivers now coming in for their final pit stops, you would imagine. Daniel Ricciardo not far off his final pit stop as we push the tyres towards the end. Ollie Behrman in 17th, but he's, pretty much struggling, and he'll overtake Gasly, and those two just keep fighting for position. But it's been interesting around the streets of Australia. It's sort of what I expected, I think, although I probably expected a McLaren to be leading and probably get a 1-2, which they still might. But we've got, Piastri could be in a very good position if he can make those tyres last. Look how close everyone is driving in this little train, and that's what's making it difficult. As Verstappen comes into pit, he's going on to hard tyres from his mediums. Okay, so Max Verstappen in. And where is he going to come out? He's going to lose out to Piastri. I think he's going to... Is he going to come out just in front of us lot? Or is he going to get caught? No, he's going to get caught up in this battle now, because we all pass him. As Matt Stroll and Albon pit as well. So is this time for Daniel... Does Daniel Ricciardo have another set of hards? No. Damn, okay, because a second set of hards would be... They seem to be running really well. No, both drivers are going to do the same strategy. They're going to go onto the mediums at similar times. So Daniel Ricciardo up to 5th, but it's a bit elevated at the moment due to pit stops. But we will be getting him in for his final stop, I think, after this lap. He's on 38% tyres at the moment, so he's pushed these hards pretty much as far as he can go. Let's get him in this lap. Let's get him onto those mediums on this lap, get him, box him in, try and do it a little bit out of order compared to everybody else. But currently riding 5th, again, it's about what, 20 seconds I think I said, so to the leader. So we're 12 seconds off the leader, so 22 seconds would put us at what, 34 plus 34. So we're still going to come out in this gap. We should come out in this gap behind Verstappen and have a bit of free air, which would be lovely and would allow us to then hopefully set some good pace. As Alonso's got past us, but we're not too fussed at the moment, because we will be swinging into the pits with Daniel Ricciardo, and we need a better stop. The last one had a problem. It was 3.1 seconds, and we need this to be good, boys. We need this to be good. Oh, the tyre again. It's longer. It's 4.0. Come on, lads. All that work in the gym. All that work in the gym. It's going to cost us. We should still come out. As long as Sainz doesn't get... Sainz is going to get past us. Well, that's it, Dan. You're on that to the end. It could be pit stops that cause you ultimately to lose points that you probably should have got. So we'll see how that runs. But keep these mediums going. Hopefully you can nurse them round and do a good job. Where is Ollie Behrman on track at the moment? He has just done another, just crossed the start-finish straight. So you'll be in for your next stop onto the mediums. But we will focus on Daniel Ricciardo for this. So he's got Sainz in front, he'll be pitting soon. Tsunoda, Alonso, Leclerc, Piastri, not Piastri, sorry. Perez and Norris. Yeah. Do need to make some time up. So Ollie Behrman into the pits for his final stop onto the medium tyre as well. We're just going to get Daniel Ricciardo to warm up his tyres to get them within the good temperature range as Ollie Behrman's in. He has a good stop of 2.1 seconds. Why couldn't that have been Daniel Ricciardo? Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. By the way, both Mercedes struggling. Pourchaire and Russell in 14th and 18th. Both of them are struggling, which is Weird, I wouldn't expect to see that. And we're coming out from the pit exit with Behrman in 21st, but battling with Pierre Gasly. So not too bad, as Daniel Ricciardo has caught up to Carlos Sainz in that Williams. There is a big gap to the drivers in front, but Leclerc being on old hards. Oh no, he's pitted and he's out on new hards. Wow, okay. I did not expect that from Charles Leclerc. I missed when he pitted, but well done, Charles, because you are quite far ahead of us, which is annoying. Right, you need to get this move done, Daniel. You need to be super aggressive and get this move done on Carlos. We all like Carlos Sainz. He's a great driver, good-looking man. My wife's favourite, but we need to get this move done, and you need to get it done quickly. So please, just get this move. Just jump to the... Just, come on. You're on aggressive everything to get this move done. You got DRS. You're using your battery. He's not going to defend you that hard. You can get this move done. There we go. Now drive away, my friend. Drive. You've got 4 seconds to catch up on Charles Leclerc. Not sure you're going to be able to do that, even though you are on a quicker tyre. But, yeah, we'll have to manage that one as it goes. Ollie Behrman. Oh, we need to put you down onto standard, because otherwise you're not going to make the end of the race. But, yeah. Come on, Danny Rick. Okay, so some of the lead drivers are now coming into pit as well. Hamilton is back out on the racetrack, as is Perez. And they have got quite to the lead over Charles Leclerc, as you can see. So the undercut strategy that we've tried hasn't really worked. And, yeah, we've got a bit more that we can do to figure out strategies. But we are closing the gap to Charles Leclerc, but not by as much as we really need. So Daniel Ricciardo, as we're just coming around the last few corners of the penultimate lap, is battling with Tsunoda and Alonso for 7th place. We've been working his battery and charging that into a good position, and we should be able to, at the end of this lap, give it a full-on push and walk away with 7th place, I'm hoping. It seems that Piastri's one stop hasn't quite worked. Norris looks like he's going to get the win. So we are now just going to push absolutely everything on this last lap. 33% tyres is actually a risk of a puncture, isn't it? So Tsunoda is defending us here, but we're going to try and give it everything we've got on this final lap. Yuki Tsunoda apparently has DRS. That'll be a glitch in the game. But there you go. We get up the inside of Yuki Tsunoda up into 7th. Have we got enough to hold on to it for the remaining parts of this lap? That is the question. Ollie Behrman's up to 17th, which isn't too bad, but he's doing all right. In fact, take off ERS battling for now, because we want to just pull away. We put half a second between us and Yuki Tsunoda. The charging of the battery, I think, has helped quite a lot. Have you started your last lap yet? There you go, you have. So you can push now with your fuel. Let's go back to Daniel Ricciardo. Still got that half a second gap to Yuki Tsunoda behind him. Let's put you into top up, and you've used up all your battery anyway. So we'll might as well just whack you into neutral and see what happens. But Yuki Tsunoda is right there. Right behind Daniel Ricciardo, as there's a few corners left to go. Is that back marker going to get in the way? Lando Norris starts off Season 2 with a win in 2025. And Daniel Ricciardo, last corner. Can he hold off Yuki Tsunoda and claim 7th place? It's a battle for the line. Yuki's going to have the battery. Can Daniel Ricciardo hold it? Yes, he can, just. Daniel Ricciardo secures 7th. It looks like Ollie Behrman is going to have 17th, although he is in a bit of a battle there with Pierre Gasly. So we'll see how Ollie Behrman does. Let's always defend. Don't let Pierre Gasly through. And we'll see what we can do. I mean, are you going to let Pierre Gasly through as soon as I've clicked that? Yes, you are. Excellent. Ollie Behrman, well done. Well done. Neutral, aggression high at the end. It's going to be 18th place for Ollie Behrman by the looks of things. But there you go. Daniel Ricciardo picks up points in 7th. In front of us was 2 McLarens, two Red Bulls and 2 Ferraris. So really, you can't argue with being best of the rest, can you? So Lando Norris wins it for going up 2nd place. Sergio Perez 2nd. Hamilton and Piastri both losing positions. Daniel Ricciardo up 1, gains 7th, 6 points in the championship. But yeah, Ollie Behrman down 5 places. He really does need to start improving and starting a bit quicker. But not too bad at all for the start. We are in 4th, which is where the board want us to finish, to be honest. In terms of pit stops, though, we got the quickest, 2.05 for Ollie Behrman. He had 2 really good stops. Daniel Ricciardo was not so lucky. But yeah, we're doing well in the old pit stop. Look at that, 2.0 and 2.1. Daniel Ricciardo, 3.1 and 4. So if you take the 2.1 as our best slowest stop, then that is an extra second and an extra basically 3 seconds added on to Daniel Ricciardo's race, right? Which, if we look here, how far was he? Okay, he was 8 seconds off, so it wouldn't have made too much difference. He was 8 seconds off Charles Leclerc. But it's just annoying, isn't it? It's just annoying. You never know what difference it would make. But no bonuses are paid out, but we do get the money for Daniel Ricciardo finish higher than 11th. Next race, we are moving to Japan and our new circuit, aren't we? And our new layout, we're doing all of like Australasia and then going from there. As Antoinette Testa has gone up to a 62, which is lovely. It's taken ages to load her photo, but that is job done. We do have some race results and things like that. And in the car, yep, you're going to need a new underfloor already. First race and a new underfloor is needed for Ollie Behrman. That is not ideal, but we will continue to upgrade car parts and such and things like that. We've got rear wing number 3, side pods come in. We are going to go for another front wing. We have got a bit of time in here, so let's put 3 whole CFD man hours in that, and then wind tunnel hours. I wouldn't mind ploughing. Let's go for 38 in there, and we are focusing on our low speed, our high speed, all our cornering basically, to see how we can do with that. I think airflow front. See, that's really reducing our. What do we need? What do we need out of our cornering? Third. Okay, we need medium more than anything, so we don't want to lose too much. If we then. Yeah, see, that does low and medium. So if we go up with that, we could do that. We could do full on medium. Medium is where we need it, right? Medium speed cornering is really where we need it at the moment. So I think we go with that. Let's get 4 engineers on it. We could do it intense and improve our. We have got loads of money. Yeah, sod it. Let's go. Rear wing number 3 is already going to be in design as well. The chassis and the rear wing are nearly done, which is good. So, yeah, okay. Well, in 4 days' time, we've got another race. We will be at Suzuka in Japan. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do leave a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.